Okay, I just wanted to show you guys a quick video. It's easy for somebody to say, hey, this works, but you got to show it. And so here is our final, product here. It's not final, but I don't know if I'll make another video. This greenhouse is, I have the first ones with where I bent the pipe. Then we put the plastic up, and then we put the shade cloth on right when we pulled the plastic off, so the plants were not shocked underneath it. It worked phenomenal. There was no shock on them. I should have showed it 2 weeks ago. And here in the end, we've got some stuff that right here that the peppers that were transplanted just weeks ago because they were too thick in another area and small. But in here you have all the peas. They've been harvested. They were really tall, but they're drying out. We're using them for seeds for next year. We've gotten new ones planted down this row. And with this shade cloth, you're able to plant these things in the middle of the summer. And the shade cloth, they do well with. We've got watermelons, and then there's a lot of beans in here. They're just beautiful, all these bean plants and the flowers, and we trellis them up, these little pieces of mesh in here, kind of bird netting, but it's a little bit heavier. We've got all the watermelon in here. We've got some quite large ones on the other side. We're just waiting for them to ripen. It is, I don't know, the 27th of July, 28th, something like that. But anyway, it's maintenance free. We haven't had any weeding because we've got plastic underneath it over in here and drip systems under that. So it uses very little water and provides plenty of water because the plastic's holding it into the ground and the plants are using it. We've got beans over in here, bush beans, and unique kind of a cantaloupe from in here. But we've got some really big ones back in there that are ready to harvest, and they're really a torpedo cool variety. This worked really good, and we just love it. And this is, we've got our beans over here, and we've got all of our cucumbers right here. This is a fantastic way of doing it. The cucumbers just climb away in here. You just reach in and pick them. Then they just grow. I mean, you just pick an area, and they just grow in there. They're all through there, and it's fun because you're not bending over and picking them. You just reach down and you just reach in, and they're all over. I need a 12-foot high. Well, it's almost 12 foot high up there, and they're just going like crazy. Love it. It's the best way to do it. And we're training over in here some of our cantaloupe to grow up the trellis. I'm wondering if it'll hold it. And then over in here at the end, it's our experiment, and we've got all the squashes. We've got some beetle in there, but it was really tall in there before. And then we've got quite a thick patch of corn. We can't grow the corn here because it's not long enough growing season, but sure can when you grow it on the end of your greenhouse is what we did. So we just put it over on the end where the plastic came down over the top over in here. The plastic came down, and we planted all these as well. Again, these were planted in, we planted this whole thing in end of April. And I don't want to repeat all of what's on the previous videos. And you can see in here some of the yellowing. We have a beetle that just took some of it. We just don't spray, so we didn't catch it. And you can see it's knocked out. It's like the squash beetle. We just like those things. So let's see. In here, you've got your watermelon over in here. I wanted to just show you. I mean, this is just fantastic. These are huge. This probably 20-pound watermelon. We've got a ton of them in here. They're just getting bigger and bigger as they go along. But they're huge. and they're all through this whole thing, and it just went crazy. And you're getting them underneath the shade. We wondered how well the shade cloth would work. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Let me just come in here real quick and show you. But we couldn't grow watermelon, never before in this area. But you sure can when you do it this way with this kind of a system. So there's another large one in there, and there's, you know, I don't know if you can see that. Big old boy in there. And then you've got a couple of them in here. So, let's see. And different varieties that we have. We're just experimenting with them as usual, and they're just fantastic. These are, I'm not sure what kind of a sweet, these are those little sweet ones. And we've got just a ton of those growing out in here underneath all of that foliage. And that's quite thick. We planted them thick, and we planned on them shooting out this outside of the greenhouse, and we'll put the plastic back on. Theoretically we can. I don't know, I'm lazy. I may not put them back on before it frosts. I might just but golly, you know, they're all over in here. Can't wait for them to ripen up. Anyway, that is our spiel, and we hope that this helps you guys with your plans of what you may want to do. Take what we've learned and build on it. Anyway, God bless.